All right, how's it going, my magnificent sons of bitches? Streaming across three platforms again. Uh, of course, Facebook, YouTube. You'll be able to leave comments. I'll be able to respond to your comments. Twitter, unfortunately, no such luck, especially on StreamYard. So, yeah, apparently, because I know that a lot of you are not familiar with Twitter and the shit that goes on, the shit flinging that constantly goes on Twitter. It doesn't carry as much relevance in today's society as it used to. But yeah, apparently you have and if you do watch the media, I'm sorry for you if you still watch the media, because at this point in time, you've got to sit there and understand the definition of insanity is repeating the same fucking process and expecting a different outcome. The media has fucking lied to you about every fucking thing, and if you're still watching the fucking media and expecting to get reliable information, then congratulations, you are the textbook of insane. So, supposedly this is what number 150 of them trying to get Donald Trump on some theoretical bullshit that they write in the mainstream media. Somehow they pull this stuff out of their butthole. They don't tell you about the policies that they're trying to pass, the fascism that they're slowly implementing into the system. Whenever they sit there and talk about hiring 87,000 IRS agents, putting forth another fucking tax, which if you stop and think about it, what good are these taxes that they implement? What do they solve? You know, if you're sitting there saying we need these taxes and you're crying about homeless rates in your fucking community whenever you pay the most fucking tax in California and your homeless population is out of control, congratulations, you're a fucking moron. You're an absolute moron. Because how much has that extra 13% on top of the federal taxes has that helped in helping the homeless crisis out there? So much so that Seattle's like building some sort of apartments at the expense of $250 million of the fucking stolen fucking COVID relief package money that they've gotten to build apartments for the fucking homeless and shit. Do you really got to put $250 million into these luxury apartment complexes? This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. But this is Biden's America. This is Biden's fucking base, and they go out and they pretend like these are somehow wins, like you've achieved something, and it's absolutely fucking insane. Anything on Twitter is insane. To be honest with you, it is probably the most out of fucking touch platform with reality that I've ever seen as far as a social media site's concerned. Just absolutely out to fucking lunch these people are. And like I said, for the most part, it's people over there trying to go ahead and get their dopamine fix of, responses here on the interwebs. And, it is what it is. I've been here for a while. A lot of you, Steven, you've been here for a while. Stephen Rose in the comment section. So, we kind of understand exactly what this process is. People just going out, flinging shit on the wall and praying for it to stick, trying to, it's especially on social media, you know, people would rather be perceived as being intelligent or having some sort of rational fucking thought than actually being intelligent and having rational thoughts or having some sort of fucking, uh, you know, I've been here too. LOL. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, Summer, but you didn't comment. But at least, yeah, you're watching me. I haven't got anybody. I can actually get the uh, Facebook comments now. So if you see this on Facebook, I can see your comments now. But with that being said, this is exactly what these platforms are. It's just basically a way for a lot of these social elites to just go ahead and kiss each other's asses. And so, what do we have going on right now? Is that Trump stole the nuclear codes? I'm sure that's what it's going to be. It doesn't really matter. None of this shit makes any sense, anyways. So if they're going to sit out and put these ridiculous narratives out there, then why can't we add something to them a little bit, make them a little bit saucier? Because there's no way I'm going to believe the fucking shit anyways is, legitimate we all know it's political theater. It's not actual politics. We know that this is mostly a fucking sham. People are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of paying $3.99 for gas, a gallon for gas. They're tired of the inflation that causes the food prices to go up. You know, they're tired of constantly having ridiculous, stupid fucking pandemics by these officials that work at these organizations that nobody has voted for, but somehow the inept politicians that you elect just go ahead and give these people arbitrating power to go ahead and decide if they're going to shut down your job or not. It's absolutely fucking insane. Um, our politics has been dumbed down to the lowest common denominator, and people just invest in media freaking storylines to go ahead and suffice. It's how you can go ahead and reason your idiocracy that's going on right now. Oh, well, they said this on the media, so I just went ahead and took it out their word, even though you know that the media, it doesn't matter if you're right or left at this point in time, Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. At some point in time, you've looked at the media and you said that's a lie, but you've went ahead and forgiven that lie in hopes that whatever they said that you did agree with wasn't a lie. You have to overlook a lot of shit. So, this is round 360 for Donald Trump. We know that we're heading close to October. We're heading close to the election. So you know that it's going to get dumber and dumber. And then people are still going to go ahead and play along with it like there's something in it for them. What the hell would you get out of just going along with this ridiculous shit? This is the issue with the left. Now, for the most part, this doesn't affect like born again Christians. I see. I'm a born again. Most Christians, whenever we look at life, right? It's not about how bad. Nobody's perfect. It's about being better the next day and improving yourself one day to the next. I'm going to be a better person tomorrow than I am today, but I'm a better person today than I was yesterday, and that's the Christian ideology. Everybody is born with the ability of being with great goodness in them and great evil, and it just depends on what direction you're going. But the issue with the Democrat Party as a whole, the leftist, the secular government as a whole right now, is that everyone, and everybody to a degree is like this at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? You just have to outgrow it, taking personal responsibility. Whenever you're younger, you don't know any better. You're still growing into yourself. You try to shift blame on other people. Everybody. I don't care how perfect they are. I don't care. The fucking Pope Francis up there that's, in Vatican City. He the same fucking way. At some point in time, everybody, tries to shift blame. They're immature. They refuse to accept personal responsibility, at some point in their lives. But, you would think that at some point in your life, you would outgrow it. You would see how it doesn't benefit you to not take personal responsibility, and that, ultimately shifting blame and blaming all your problems on everybody else, which is exactly what Democrats do. I'm on minimum wage, and I can't make a living off of minimum wage. Well, why are you on minimum wage? Why are you still making minimum wage? If you can't make a living off of it, you would think that, hey, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go apply for something else. I'm going to put more value into myself. I'm going to try to get a better job. And then, I'll slowly progress up the ladder there until I'm not making minimum wage and I can take care of myself and I am happy with the position in my life. But that's not them. They would rather sit there and say, we need to go ahead and increase minimum wage, which is going to effectively screw up the economy. And there yet again, it's Democrats creating more problems because they refuse to accept personal responsibility. This is one of the issues. This is one of the reasons why I don't vote Democrats. This is why I don't vote Democrat at all. It's because this is the problem. The Democrat can't show restraint. You know what I'm saying? You look at like Cenk Uygur. He's a perfect fucking example. He claims like pleasuring a fucking horse, should be acceptable because if you get pleasure out of it, and I'm not saying that Cenk your pleasure is a fucking horse, but he's sitting there he's advocating for it because if it's pleasurable, I should be allowed to do it. If I get pleasure from it, it must be right. Therefore, I should be allowed to do it. But if the fucking horse kicks him in the damn head, well, it's not Cenk Uger's fault for doing something that he knows is immoral and isn't right. No, it's God's fault. And that's exactly how that's exactly how the left, that's how a lot of these people that incorporate their ideas into politics take over and make these decisions. That's how a lot of these people on the left in the Democrat Party, like your Nancy Pelosi's, and Nancy Pelosi's a fucking Catholic, and so is Joe Biden. So they have no real fucking reason to sit there and push a lot of these philosophies out. They should know better. However, like your Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's and what's her fucking name? Elon Omar's and the dumbed down new generation that's coming in that hasn't been taught. I can't really sit there and hold them too much responsible because this is the shit that your indoctrination center puts out, and it creates little fucking little snowflakes like this that can't handle the least bit of the least bit of pushback. They can't handle the least bit of fucking scrutiny, so they fucking melt. Just like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez looking as cringy as hell, pretending like she's, arrested or whatever, and then people start calling her out. Oh no, nobody does that shit. Nobody does it. And you look cringy, and nobody's going to take you seriously. So you get people that are going to be more and more resistant to your ideas. So much so that we have, what is her name? Liz Cheney getting voted out of office because of her participation on the January 6th, because nobody's buying the shit. Nobody's getting behind your January 6th committee. I don't know who's fucking telling you in DC that somehow this January 6th thing is going to take off and that, we just need to keep putting pressure on everybody and claiming that this is what's going to happen to you if you don't listen to us. No, that time has passed. That time has passed. You don't get to sit there and point your finger at everybody anymore. This is just where we're at right now. And this is the problem with the party. They refuse to show any kind of restraints. They refuse to show patience. They don't want responsibility. They don't, of like parenthood. They like the pleasure of sex, but they don't want responsibility of like parenthood and shit like that. This is exactly why they end up taking something like abortion. Something that could be, at least you can make a case for in some cases. And in fact, in very minimum cases, in a case of like rape, and in the case of, it being a medical condition, abortion could be used to save lives. Abortions could be used to, benefit humanity in these cases, right? In the case of rape and in the case. But then you got the fucking left who wants to go ahead and make it a form of fucking birth control. And then you wonder why people come out pro-life or so insulted by you. I mean, like I said, it's your problem. Oh, I should not be forced to have. Nobody's forcing you to have a fucking kid. That's not a fucking argument. Nobody's forcing you to go out and get pregnant. Nobody. That is a life choice that you made. I don't see anybody coming up to your fucking door and telling you to have sex with some rando, and then, that rando ends up knocking you up. Well, then you have to go ahead and live with your personal responsibilities that you've taken on. Do you see what I'm saying? But don't sit there and say, oh, well, we need taxpayer funding. I need access to this shit. Absolutely not. Back then, whenever I was, I've always been pro-life. But even back then, you can't legitimize government-funded abortions. You can't legitimize that shit at all. Maybe in the case of rape. Maybe in the case of it, going to, as a health concern. I can maybe go ahead and make a case for those. But for all the other fucking abortions, those motherfuckers should have been taxed as heavily as the fucking Democrats want to go ahead and tax bullets. It's always this, you want to go ahead and attack shit that's a constitutional right, but you don't, because, you're not capable of having that responsibility of the right to bear fucking arms. But you feel like it's necessary, since you're not a responsible person, to speak on my behalf, to go ahead and strip the right away from everybody. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And this is the problem that we have with the left. This is why nobody likes you. This is why nobody's getting behind your causes. Nobody's going to take you seriously. They want a high quality of life, but they don't want to work for the high quality of life. They want to go ahead and have it taxpayer funded at everybody else's expense, because the people who go out, work a 9 to 5, that go out and try and make a living and try to put food on their table, you know what I'm saying, should have to go ahead and take care of these people. That doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. I'm not responsible for any of the mistakes that you made. So why am I having to fucking pay out of my tax dollars where I don't have a choice? I might consider giving to charities, in hard luck cases. But if you've made a bad life choice, if you spent most of your life doing fucking drugs, and now you can't function proper in society, why should I have to sit there and pay, a percentage of my money, my income that I work for, not doing drugs, going to work, being on time? Why should I have to go ahead? And like I said, to a degree, I'm just as responsible of this same kind of mindset. I outgrew my mindset. Years ago of being irrational, irresponsible, thinking, oh, this isn't fair. Oh, the whole rich and poor, paradigms. And yeah, life would be better if it was yada, 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 yada. But I outgrew the mindset. I got older. I matured. So, most of these people that are still on this mindset, some of them are close to my age. Some of them have families of their own. And to sit there and think that you're still thinking like this, and you're encouraging your kids to think like this, is absolutely insane. You're raising another batch of victims at this fucking point, because you don't want to sit there and take personal responsibility. And this is the whole this is the whole issue that everybody has with the leftist ideology. You know what I'm saying? They want that lifestyle of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but whenever they end up getting STDs, whenever they end up dying early, whenever they have liver problems, whenever they end up losing all their money, then somehow they want to go ahead and blame it on God. It's funny how you people sit there and will shit on every Christian out there who wants to sit there and believe, in God, who wants to believe that Jesus Christ existed, that wants to believe in the scriptures, that wants to go ahead and, devote their lives to that kind of mindset. And you want to sit there and encourage them that there is no God, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And whenever these people end up, having a nice family, having a good life, having a steady bank account, being able to go ahead and provide for themselves and provide the kind of life, then whenever you're poor, living on the fucking street, shooting up heroin, freezing on, all of a sudden, now it's God's fault. God isn't equal. It doesn't have anything to do with your bad life decisions. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with that. It must all be all God, and life isn't fair because you refuse to take personal responsibility. You blame it on other people. You blame it on everybody else. If it's not God's fault, then it's the wealthy's fault. Oh, somehow that person that worked his way up into a management position, that worked his way up into those positions of being in charge, whether it be a general manager or an area manager, or, and he worked his way up all the way in, learned the businesses, learned the trade, learned the skills, made himself more valuable. All of a sudden, it's that is not fair. He kissed his way to the top while you were sitting there, not taking life so seriously. And like I said, I'm just as responsible. I should probably be a hell of a lot further ahead than I am right now, because I was the same fucking way whenever I was younger. So that's how I can identify with all these fucking leftist goofs out here. That's like fucking, oh yeah, let's all go out and have sex and all this other shit and party and live life, you know, and excess. I was the same fucking way whenever I was younger. So I could sit there and identify with them, but it's not going to solve anything. You going to fucking some goofy therapist that's going to sit there and say, you need to reflect. What? You need to go ahead and prescribe you some random ass drug to go ahead and make you more fucking cathartic and crazy. It's not going to solve anything. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you taking personal responsibility. That's what Christianity is about. At the end of the day, becoming better slowly. And so, none of these other secular paths, none of these other fucking paths really do a lot for that. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They don't at the end of the day. They don't have a map on how to get where you need to go, especially in the secular side. The fucking pure off, righteous well, you know what the fuck I'm saying. Indignation, like fucking Sam Harris is like, well, it's okay to ignore crimes for fucking Hunter Biden. He could have dead kids in his, closet and I wouldn't care, because at least Trump didn't get in. That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. That's fucking stupid. And this is the mindset of a lot of the atheists, particularly like Sam Harris. This is their fucking mindset. You know what I'm saying? The ends justify the means. Now, like I said, I'm probably not going to even vote in 2022, and I'm probably not going to vote in 2024. I don't really too much care for, what the Republicans have done over the past few years, and I don't care at all what the fucking Democrats have done. I've lost complete fucking confidence in the government and in the state right now. And so, yeah, ultimately, I'm at the position of I don't see any sides, fixing any of this shit. I see them contributing more to the fucking lies and the goofy shit that they create in the mainstream media than I do them solving any problems. So what good is it going to do to vote for one side or the other? But with that being said, to sit there and say, oh, well, it's okay if we lie, because at least, and the real reason, mind you, the real reason why they don't like Trump is because they're afraid that they're going to lose all of their fucking power at the end of the day. And it's not because Trump is going to become some sort of authoritarian. There's a potential for that. There wasn't any potential for this, say, like 2 or 3 years ago, whenever Trump was in office. There wasn't any potential for Trump becoming some sort of authoritarian, dictator. Now it is, because they've made fucking Trump into a cult of personality. Why talk about Hunter Biden? He was never on the ticket for voting. Is Fox News part of the mainstream media? I don't give a fuck what this guy says. You're kind of a shill. You come back whenever you have a point, whenever you want to add something and contribute something. The whole point is that if it was fucking Donald Trump Jr., the same fucking shill trying to sit there and pretend like he's in some sort of moralistic position, which tends to be the atheist way of saying, oh, well, we're grown-ups, we're adults, and we're going to pull up our pants and put on our big boy boots and, go ahead and no, you never take any kind of real fucking, you never take personal responsibility. That's it. It should be passed off to everybody else. That's how the fucking secular statist thinks. And there's going to be no debating that at the end of the day. But with that being said, if it was Donald Trump Jr., this would be just the opposite. You run with bullshit all the time on Donald Trump. It's actually kind of a fucking joke. And, it's no different than the, the Uvalde shit, and the Buffalo shooting shit. People have come numb to this because you've hit the dummy button so much. So, I mean, you always have to go back and try to legitimize the shit, and they never change the stories. They've become monotonous. And anybody who understands, anybody who can reason these situations and understand that they've become monotonous and that this is generally, that coincidences of this magnitude are almost an impossibility, and they understand, how fucking synthetic this shit looks. At the end of the day, There's just, like I said, it's the definition of insanity. And why should we listen to insane people? Why would it? Because we're never going to progress. You're never going to end up getting any kind of real term solutions. It's just going to continue to create more and more problems without any real term solutions. If the fucking tax dollars, if your secular tax dollars with the G7 summit and your climate change bullshit that you always like to talk about, if there was any legitimacy into it, if the fucking government was with the stupid Green New Deal that they're trying to implement into the government right now, with Biden's inflation reduction bullshit fucking stuff, if there was any real, if they had any real legitimate plans, then you would already have renewable energy. You'd already have uh, low cost renewable energies. You would already have cures for cancer if this was on their agenda. But clearly it's not. You know what I'm saying? No point. Tell us the gospel of Jesus Christ. Charles Manson was insane. I would listen to him if he was threatening my life. Oh, okay. Okay. It's whatever. Nobody gives a shit about your life. To be honest with you, nobody. Not even Charles Manson. Not Fox News. Not Tucker Carlson. Nobody cares. It's not like you have a point and we're countering each other. It's one side is completely fucking wrong. The other side is not much better. The one side is making the other side into a cult of personality. The fucking Democrats are making a cult of personality out of the fucking Republicans. They're getting they're doing more for the MAGA movement than I ever fucking could. And that's where we're at. The Democrats are so wrong, and they're going to continue to be wrong. And these, regressives, I guess, the low hanging fruit out there that don't understand, they're so wrong. They're going to continue to follow them blindly. A lot of them can't really think for themselves, to be honest with you. A lot of them can't think for themselves, and so they have to go ahead and write down some sort of political talking points, and then they regurgitate these talking points until everybody memes them. That's exactly what the left is. They're I guess what you can say. They're carbon copies of people. They just take certain points and shit like that, and repudiate these points, and they don't fully understand them, so they look ridiculous, and everybody else kind of talks over them. And it's not just the fucking Republicans. It's not just the Republicans. It's not, it's like I said, the independents, the libertarians, the constitutionalists. I'm not talking about the fucking pretend people that come out on, State Department media and pretend to be libertarians and pretend to be constitutionalists and pretend to be anarchists and that they're all for the left. Like it's some sort of, they understand. The people in fucking DC understand that it's absolutely fucking insane. That nobody supports any of their shit. That they're completely fucking outnumbered. This is why they have to go ahead and call out the National Guard and put, people's lives at risk that are in the military, that are in law enforcement, that are in these agencies and shit. They go ahead and put them motherfuckers on the front line in front of everybody else. So whenever the American population at large gets pissed off and decides that these are the motherfuckers that are going to pay, the ones that caused the shit are never going to pay. The fucking people who pass these redundant ass fucking bills and shit that you can't even explain, but you'll go ahead and defend, they're going to be the ones to pay for it, not the ones who caused the problem. They're not going to pay for it because if you understood that they are responsible and that you're equal to them, then all of a sudden, that we're not beneath them, that we are equal with them, then ultimately, at the end of the day, they wouldn't have any power. And no, you wouldn't be for them. Because why would you go ahead and give over your sovereignty and your power and your own personal authority to them? You wouldn't. It would be stupid. Is Fox News part of the mainstream media? Who gives a shit? You're not making any points. I don't know. Is it? You tell me. You probably watch it more than I do. So I don't know. My mom hung out laundry, the energy, solar, whatever. Fuck yeah. None of your shit makes any sense at all. Come back whenever you have an argument. You just Fox Energy. I don't know. I don't watch Fox. Do you watch Fox? Because I sure as fuck don't. I don't watch any media at all. So I don't care what Tucker Carlson's saying. I don't care what Sean Hannity's saying. What's the other one that they always share on Twitter? Greg Gutfeld, is that his name? The comedian guy that I don't really think is all that funny. Yeah, I don't watch them guys. You might. Are they mainstream? I don't know. I don't think fucking mainstream media is mainstream anymore. Who watches any of these fucking channels? Why do they do the whole fucking January 6th shit and they only got 19 million viewers, but that was on 12 channels that they had to accumulate 19 million viewers. So nobody really cares. Nobody watches it. You get 2 to 3 million viewers maybe a night at the most. That's not enough to be considered, um, you know, mainstream for anything really at the end of the day. Fox gets about 3 to 4 million, I guess. That's what they say. Fox probably gets more. But is it mainstream? I doubt it. When you change your voice, you're doing a right target Trump supporter. Okay, so that's like fucking the single brain cells of the fucking left here in argumentation, and this is exactly why people meme the fuck out of you. To be honest with you, because you're low hanging fruit. None of your shit makes any sense, and so y'all are the easiest to make fun of, and you don't understand it. That's the sad part, is that the left doesn't understand it. See, they still think that they're hip and they're trendy. They still think that, hey, we have our finger. We're a zeitgeist. We have our finger on the pulse of the nation. No, you don't. Nobody watches your stupid fucking Saturday Night Live comedy skits. Nobody watches your late night talk shows with Jimmy Kimmel and whatever the fuck, whoever is doing it now. Nobody watches this network television anymore, and it's because you've alienated everybody. And this is why it's hard for them to get any kind of box office success. Those are few and far between now. You don't have any big name actors. You don't have any fucking great entertainers that people are going to line up to go see. The celebrity is dead. It's all just trends right now. Whenever somebody gets trendy, technically you think that they're a fucking celebrity. You think that, what's that, how about that girl is fucking a celebrity? You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking, the Kardashians are fucking celebrities and stuff. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's funny. You do have 3 viewers. Congratulations. I don't want to be surprised if this isn't Ethan. Like fucking Ethan, fucking H3 has stole my whole fucking gimmick. It's funny at the end of the day. And you stole all my shit anyways. You stole my shit to get an audience. And because I know I made fun of you. My bad. I made fun of you on Twitter by saying that your ass has gotten so fucking bloated. Sorry, your ass has gotten so bloated that, that's what socialism does to you. Look at the motherfucker now. Go back and look at H3 now. It's fucking hilarious how much this guy has changed. But he stole my shit. And it's funny because you know what? I know that my main channel was flagged down. And at least I still have 3 viewers on a backup account. I got my main channel flagged down. I've been shadow banned. You could sit there and laugh all you want, but yeah, I'm shadow banned. But I guarantee you, it doesn't really matter, because for the most part, I get this out there, and then eventually, I'll start getting more viewers, because it always happens, especially whenever you're starting on whenever you're just starting to do videos again. It takes a while for viewerships to go back up. But, you're going to be sitting there still being mocked and ridiculed. Look at what socialism has done to fucking H3, Ethan Klein. Ugh. Socialism, tell us, do you own the street light in front of your property? I don't know. It's funny because you sit there and claim that examples of socialism are the military, they're the police, they're the roads that you drive on. Those are the fucking roads and fucking military and the police were way around way before the fucking terminology of socialism has been used. So you can't sit there and claim that they are examples of socialism. The street light was invented way before fucking socialism, and they were put out way before socialism. So how is the fucking street light? And I don't even have street lights in front of my in front of my house. I have my own personal lights, but there's no street lights at where I live. But even if there were, how is that an example of socialism? Go ahead and explain it. How could the street light be, you know, a thing before socialism? If fucking socialism is the thing that created streetlights, that created schools, that created the military, how could these things precede socialism if socialism isn't around to go ahead and supply them? That's absolutely an idiotic, stupid fucking argument. No, they're not examples of socialism. You could sit there and say socialism is an example of military, logistics and shit, but you can't sit there and say military is an example of socialism. That's fucking stupid. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Nope, I'm always with the prodigal heel. When was the last time there was a ribbon cutting ceremony for a new sewer? That still doesn't make any sense. It's not an example of fucking socialism at all. The chicken and egg was invented long before bacon and eggs. That's fucking stupid. Your arguments are. This is why people make fun of you. This is why everybody talks about how you look like fucking Bluto off of fucking Popeye and shit now. Except for fucking overweight, can't driving around on one of them goddamn fucking unicycles that you see motherfuckers with in fucking Walmart and shit. A fucking 30-year-old man driving around on a goddamn one of those carts that are meant for handicapped people. That's absolutely fucking insane. That's the product of your fucking socialism right there. It's the fucking product of your fucking capital or communism there. In fact, America, like other nations, is a mixed economy. Economics 101. And America was a hell of a lot better and had the second industrial revolution whenever we had a fucking capitalistic economy. Right now, technically, America is a fascist economy. That's what our economy is. And you're trying to make it a more communist economy. It will not produce any better fruits as a fucking communist economy than it currently does as a fascist economy. Because you go ahead and implement an income tax and go ahead and decide who can participate in the market with your stupid fucking taxes and shit and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and tax Corporation A because of their carbon footprint, but I'm going to go ahead and give all these, benefits and shit to that's fascism. That's not capitalism. You call it crony capitalism, but it's fucking fascism. And this is exactly what the fuck you advocate for while you're calling me a fucking fascist. And then you go ahead and say, we already know that tax cuts work. We already know that tax cuts stimulate the economy. This has been proven. What you call supply side economics, voodoo economics. What you're advocating for is called Keynesian economics. And we've already seen right now an exact example of the food shortages, the toilet paper shortages, the worker shortages, the fucking inflation that it causes. So no, your fucking economical plan is not anywhere equivalent to what I am fucking advocating for. You never made it past high school. You never. Is that it? That's what you're going to come at me with? How the fuck did I get through the military then? You got to take an ASVAB test to get through the military, right? But okay, whatever you did, whatever you say, why don't you go over there and take a fucking bath and wash under one of them fucking rolls that you have so goddamn you've grown so much accustomed to, Ethan? Fuck. I tried to watch, but I'm putting the 2-year-old to bed, and the potty language was a bit too much. I'll have to catch up later. Yeah, well, sorry, that's how I roll, Jasmine, but you should already know that. Do you know who and what the command economy is? It's probably fucking something half-ass, fucking half-wit, like you motherfuckers, like your new monetary theory is. It's a joke. People are making fun of you. And in fact, I guarantee you, your fucking professors that are teaching you this shit are sitting there laughing at you behind your back. All these people that are sitting there putting this shit out there for you to say are fucking laughing at you, saying, what a fucking doofus this guy is. Look at him. And to give everybody that don't know who H3 is, think of wrestling otaku. That's basically what he looks like now. He looks like wrestling otaku. Uh, you have no economic knowledge of economics. Yeah, neither do you. You don't. You're just fucking, you know, you're like the fucking mushroom. You are fed shit and kept in the dark. You only have 3 viewers. You go back to the 3 viewers thing. Is that supposed to upset me? Is this your great trolling attempt there? Do you have anything else that you're gonna add? Were you gonna respond? Or are you gonna sit there and say something? I'm not the one that sat there and embarrassed myself on Twitter in front of everybody and put out a stupid tweet. I meant you need the attention though. But I meant that's kind of like what you are. You're kind of a clown. That's basically kind of what everybody on the left is. They're kind of like a clown. Would you like some advice? No, I don't want any advice from you, especially after you stole my damn gimmick. You stole my swag. you stole my you stole my style. You stole various of my other arguments to get the original audience that you had. I didn't have to buy subscribers like you did. I didn't. The subscribers that I got on the Prodigal Hill account, my original Prodigal Hill, the 1,500 I earned. Yours, you bought, you paid for, you went out, you did the thing with the H3. You took the whole beanie and the freaking hoodie that I was wearing, and then you tried to have this, so you did a little goatee and stuff like that, grew out your facial hair like mine, and then you went ahead and took the position of being an anti-establishment person. And then you got a lot of views, you got a lot of subs, you got a lot of, you got a lot of clout. You got a lot of clout for it. I'm not going to sit there and lie. But with that being said, now you flipped. You went to the left. I get it. You're like, oh, okay. I think I'll go ahead and shill out. That's fine. You can go ahead and do that. I'm not stopping you, but you still look like a clown. When you use the F word constantly, people don't focus on your statement, but just hear you swear words. Some people do, not all people. You think that there's more than just Jasmine out there? I get it. Jasmine is, I like Jasmine. She's cool. She has a lot of great points. I like watching her videos and stuff. But Jasmine is, a little tepid about it. I get it. I have no problem with Jasmine. But the people who follow me and sub to me and have followed me from my original Prodigal Hill channel, and the people who follow me here already fucking know I swear. They know I use the F word like a hell, They know I use shit, damn, fuck, all this other stuff. So why the hell would I change it up? That doesn't make any sense. Once again, you don't rationalize stuff. This is a rant channel. This is where did I start out at? YWC. We always cussed in the YWC. That's kind of how we communicated. Why would I change up what has been working for me in the past and the stuff that the people who subscribe to me, why they subscribe to me, why would I change that up now? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get it. You fucking changed up. I know exactly why you changed up, because you wanted to appeal to a more, metrosexual base, as I would like to sit there and say. But yeah. Oops, you are down to only 2 people. Like I said, then stop flagging me. Stop shadow banning me. Stop terminating my channels. Stop giving me a flag every 6 months so I have to go ahead, then I would probably be able to accumulate. I wouldn't accumulate no 4,000 or 5,000, but I'd probably accumulate 2,000 or 3,000, but it is what it is. What's up, my brother? What's going on? Going to jail for 30 years. Yeah, supposedly. This is like the 850th time that they've went after Donald Trump and he's supposed to go to jail for something, and we're still supposed to take them seriously. And in case you're wondering, Ethan Klein, H3H3, I kind of triggered him on Twitter, and so he's been going at it with me on Twitter, saying, how am I a shill? You know exactly why the fuck you're a shill. And now he's in the comment section. saying, "Oh, I only got three. I only got three." Well, it's five now, I guess. So I guess technically it's went up. This is actually why I waited till about this time to do it, because my audience would be much lower, motherfucker, if I would have done it a little bit earlier. But yeah, this is H3H3. H3H3 has kind of like stole my swag. He's kind of stole my style. And then, unlike me, and actually, kind of a coward from what I see. Like, he's jumped on the left basically, to protect his own special interest. It's just kind of what grifters do. So yeah, he's jumped on board with the left, and now he's going on that side to go ahead and protect him, while everybody else, like myself included, but like you understand, like Stephen Rose understands, a lot of us are shadow banned. Hell, even the what's that guy's name? High Impact Flicks is having this issue. I think that who was it? Somebody else had an issue. Steven Crowder just got hit with a strike on YouTube, and these low hanging fruits seem to sit there and think that they kind of give themselves a pat on the back, that we're just doing so much better than you, because the bar has been lowered for themselves. The bar is lowered for you, and you're kind of celebrating your own mediocrity. So go ahead, go ahead and sit there and say, you got 5 viewers. You got 5 viewers. It's not bothering me. Trump's going to jail for 30 years. Yeah, because it's repetitive. It's the same shit y'all been saying since the motherfucker won the election. But like I said, ultimately they're making a bad situation much, much worse, Andre. And so it should be interesting. But anyways, yeah, it seems like it's only going to be Ethan here, and he's going to sit there and talk about how many viewers I have, and he's not going to elaborate on anything, and he just throws out these little fucking what do you call them? I guess wedge issues, talking points, indoctrination shit that he doesn't know anything about and he can't coherently explain. All he can do is sit there and point the finger at my subscribers, because he can't add anything with any real context. He can only, use a linguistic fucking, words that he's fucking used, that are used in his little social circle, and he thinks that somehow it's going to be able to be communicated and people are going to think he's intelligent. Absolutely fucking not. Go to Walmart, get some C4, get an actual job, try to work on your weight, try to start losing weight, try to get healthy again, man, and then come back and then try to sit there and then come back and talk to me whenever you're not sitting there living on that government cheese, looking like you fucking live off that government cheese. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. You people tell me what you think. You like, sub, do the shit YouTube tells me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.